Kenya might turn into Haiti. We all know that Haiti is a country whereby armed gangs came together to fight the government because they believed that the government had corrupt officials which led the country into poverty. In June 25, 2024, Kenya had the highest protests which have never been witnessed in the country, in which the protesters broke the parliament to look for the member of parliament who have been making the rules which have been protecting the corrupt officials in the government, leading to the member of parliament who were inside the parliament to run and hide for their lives. Since 25th June 2024, Kenya has never been the same again. Before June 25th, 2024, it was only 2 years. It was only 2 years after the current president of Kenya, had just taken power. So because in 2022, while the president was doing his campaign for the president seat, as a Kenyan citizen who lives in Nairobi, Kenya, the president promised us many things. He promised us that life will be normal and will be very cheap to a common citizen. When I say common citizen, I mean the citizens who are very down, who don't receive salary, who are very poor. Yeah, he promised them to build for them houses. He promised them many good things. He promised them that the flour will cost at least 100 shillings. He promised them that the fuel will come down. So, when the president took off the power, he said that in less than 2 years, all this will be done in less than 2 years. Now, when the president took the power, I don't know what changed, because whatever was happening in the country, whatever was happening in the economy of the country, it only favored the people who are high there, the only rich people. But the common people who are there down, who don't have houses, who don't have this and this, life was getting hard and hard for them every day, leading to protests start in Kenya after 2 years of his power. So protests have been going on and on. Remember, the first protest, 25th June, the protests were peaceful. There were no goons. People were protesting for their lives. Lives were lost on those protests. And everything was good till the start of 25th June 2025, when other protests started, is when things changed of the protest in Kenya. Whereby, when there is protest in Kenya, currently today, shops are being looted. You will see goons with weapons. The goons are being protected by the police. You will see police people who don't have uniform like the police, but they are carrying weapons, killing people on the streets right today in Kenya in the protest, of which in last year 25th June that was not there. So the government is complaining about the opposition team, the opposition leaders. It's saying that the opposition leaders want to turn, they want to overthrow the current government, leading to them sending goons to kill people in the protest, sending goons to distract properties, to loot businesses for people, for Kenyans in the streets. But the opposition government is denying it. But as we all know, right now we are in the digital media. Cameras are capturing the goons being protected by the police. Goons being protected by the police. Don't forget that the goons have weapons. That's why I said at the start of this video, Kenya is turning into Haiti. We all know that Haiti started this way. The government was fighting with the opposition, which led to people giving goons, the opposition powers and the government, they gave goons. They armed the goons with guns, with this, For Kanta, they can fight the government. As leading the gangs in Haiti being formed and taking over Haiti. Right now, Kenyan police are in Haiti in a peacekeeping mission. But back in our country, Kenya, things are not good. They are moving to the west. Okay, because I don't see now, it's on a protest day, you will see goons who are armed, who are beating peaceful protesters being protected by the police. And the government is denying that they are not them. But when the goons, they are asked, they say that it's the government of Kenya that's paying them. You are like, wow, come on. This crazy. This fucking crazy, because when you see a country doing this, it means that the lives of people are in danger in that country. Because right today, on date 7 July this month, this year, there were protests. And guess what? The protesters were even entering people's homes and stealing for them. I heard even some rape cases were being done. But this is the funny part. Let me tell you the funny part. Where there is protest, where the peaceful protesters are always protesting, there is no thieving. There is no thieving. Even people hold their phones to record. That's why you see videos of Kenyan protesters trending everywhere. And nobody is stealing for you. You will find the police are there trying to arm those peaceful protesters. Okay? But now there is another side which the goons are destroying properties, they are raping people, but the police is not helping. People's business are being looted, but the police is not doing anything. The police is there to only arm and kill these peaceful protesters instead of going to protect people's businesses, instead of going to kill the people who are looting the people's property. The thieves, the goons. The police don't care about the goons, but they care about the protesters who have only the Kenyan flag and their phones to record. That's what's currently happening in Kenya. Right now, businesses have been looted, supermarkets have been looted. So crazy, so crazy. That's what's happening in Kenya right now. And you are like, as a country, where are we heading? As a country, where are we heading? How can this happen in Kenya? As for me, I'm one of the guys who took part in last year's 25th June protest. And I was there to support my people. I was there to fight for my country, because the president did deliver whatever he told us. He didn't deliver whatever he told us. Up to today, he has not delivered. He promised us that we'll get free housing. Yes, he has built the house, but the house are quite expensive. The house are very expensive, in which a common citizen cannot afford them. Only the people who have some pay slip, who can afford. He has delivered, but no, he promised us his government will be for a common citizen. But right now things have changed. His government is not for common citizen, but for the people who are here. Hi. But it's so crazy. Every politician in the world, they are corrupt. The only difference is that the African politicians and the abroad politicians is that the African politicians loot more. They have like 80% of looting, because they loot everything in the government. But the abroad politicians, you will find them with 20%, 10% scandals. But in Africa, it's even heading to 99%. These people loot everything. Right today, in Kenya, there is a governor who bought a biro pen, a pen like this. It was like this. Yes, it was the exact pen. This pen is called Obama Smooth Line. Okay? Yeah, even this is the pen that Obama used when he came to Kenya. It's called Obama Smooth Line. This pen is sold for 20 shillings in a shop. 20 shillings. 20 shillings like this in a shop. But there is a governor right now in Kenya who bought this pen for 8,000 Kenyan shillings. 8,000. That's like $12. 8,000 Kenyan shillings, of which it costs 20 shillings. This one, 20 shillings. And he's still in office. They loot everything. So the Kenyans are fighting. The Kenyans are fighting for their rights. Now, after the protests were being done, I need you to listen what's happening in Kenya. The Minister of Security, he said that he gave the police the permission to shoot to kill. And remember, they are not shooting the looters. They are not to shoot to kill the goons. Is to shoot to kill the innocent protesters who are just carrying the flag and the phone. Nothing else. Those are the people who are dying. But the goons, they are not being killed. So this shows, all right, the government is sponsoring the goons. The government is sponsoring the goons. There is no one who wants to overthrow the government. That's what's happening right here in Kenya. So I just try to make this video for that the other Africans can try to understand what's happening in Kenya. What's happening in Kenya? Why are people protesting? Okay? It's because the president lied to the people during his campaigns. He lied to the people. So this shows you that it's better you tell someone the truth than lying to him. That when I get into power, I'll make this and this and this. Then you get into power, you don't deliver. First of all, one of the things that I remember President said, I voted the current president in Kenya. I voted for him. And one of the why I voted for him is that he promised us that there will be no more abductions. Remember, the government that was before this one, it was abducting people. So the current president, while was in campaign, he promised us there will be no abductions. And that's one of the things that made me vote this guy in. But after we voted the guy, abductions are being done day and night. People are getting lost day and night. And if they get lost, if they are found, they are dead. If you get abducted, you are dead. That's crazy. So that's one of the reasons that people are going for protests, are forming protests day and night. Abductions. You all know that abductions will never be good. No one will ever, even if you are found alive, those people, they have injured you, they have beaten you, they have traumatized you. So it's crazy. Because if these goons, they are being given these weapons, these rumus, it means they will be given guns. Because we have seen police being burned down in Kenya. Police posts are being burned down in Kenya because of this. You are not protecting us. Women are getting raped. The police station is there. You abduct people, they have been killed inside the police station. I think you have seen the protest which started this year is because of a man who was abducted, who was arrested, and then they killed him inside the police station. So your police stations, they are not safe for Kenyans. That's why Kenyans are banning the police stations right now in Kenya. But if you ask the government why the police stations are being banned by Kenyans, is that there are people who want to overthrow the government. They want to burn down the police post. They enter inside and steal guns, of which that is true. That is not true. People are banning police stations because the police stations have become a crime scene to people. You get arrested, you enter into the police post, you die. And you end up there when you are healthy. You get abducted, you are taken to a police post, you are dying. Then, after some days, the government will come out, the police will come out with some stupid ideas that telling your family that you banged yourself, your head on the wall, which led to your death. That's what's currently happening in Kenya. So what will prevent people from protesting? So crazy, man. So crazy. So crazy. So that's what's happening in Kenya, my fellow Africans. That's what's happening in Kenya, my fellow world. Okay? So it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. But for me, I'm a guy who believes in democrats. But these people don't believe in. They just tell us that they believe in democrats, of which is not true. It's not true. They don't believe on it. Because if they believe on it, why are they abducting people? Why are they killing people? This happens. I know politicians are everywhere. Every country has this type of shit. This shit, abductions is happening everywhere in the world. In the US, in the UK, there is also abductions. It's happening everywhere. But I think the abductions in Africa, they are very excessive. Because right now, I had over, let's say, around 200 people. I don't know, how can I say? I saw a newspaper whereby they wrote that since now it's 3 years, the current president being in power. 3 years, okay? The current president being in power. So, while they do the marks, how many people have gotten abducted and killed, is that this president since got into power in 2022, in every week, 2 people have been dying. In every week, 2 people have been dying. Remember, a year is 52 weeks. So in every week, 2 people have been dying. And remember, this started in 2024, June 25th. So that's the difference of 1 year. Those people, they have been killed. So crazy, so crazy, so crazy, so crazy. Yeah. So right now, I didn't join the protest this year because I know the police are shooting you to kill, so I'm afraid of dying. Who will tell you what's happening in Kenya? So if you want to come in Kenya and open a business, just know your business is in a big risk. People will loot you when the protest starts, because these people, they are saying that they are not finishing the protest until the president goes. But for me, I believe let the president stay. In 2027, we come out in numbers. We vote this nigger out. Only numbers that can take this nigger out of the office. Okay? Yeah, but the moment we take this guy out of power, the country will be in a bad situation than today. Because the moment the army takes over the power, you don't know if they are going if you are going to have the freedom. Like, you don't know if the guy is going to be like Traore or is going to be a dictator. Okay, you know, there's the dictator, this guy, and he's not doing anything. Now he's looting because he's in an army to start looting properties. Even the politicians in Burkina Faso, they are so lucky that they got a man with mind, so he's not there to kill, to loot people's property, to steal for people. He's there to work. Right now, today, in Kenya, and this happens everywhere in the world, I think so. Not in the world, everywhere in Africa. Today, if the government decides to buy, for example, here in Kenya, there's a wheelbarrow. You know a wheelbarrow? That was bought 100,000 shillings. The wheelbarrows were bought 100,000 shillings, okay? 100,000 shillings. Every week, then they buy. It's always inflated. A wheelbarrow is only 2,000 shillings, but they bought it for 100,000 shillings. Okay, making a system that will be providing people, that will be caring for people health, like it will be paying, you will be paying in small, like the SHA. It's called the SHA here in Kenya. It's a health program that is taking care of people bills in hospital. The program was supposed to be made like 12 billion, but they inflated it up to 102 billion. That's how everything is inflated in Africa. In Kenya, leading, things are just being inflated. When you hear they are doing a road which will cost only 100 million, the road will be inflated into billions. Just looting people's property in corruption. So that's what's happening in Kenya. If you are planning to come in Kenya to open a business, don't try. It will be looted. Don't try. Goons will be looted. The goons are being sponsored by the government itself. So guys, that's all I can say about Kenya. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Let's get 100k subscribers, man. Let's subscribe.